Hello from Apple Joe Farms. This is Joanna, and today we're going to talk about natural ways to supplement our goat's diet in certain instances where we're going to use these. Now, this plant is comfrey, and it actually contains more protein than alfalfa. So every day my goats get some of this. This whole plant grows up 5 to 6 times. You cut it all the way down and it'll grow right back 5 to 6 times in the summer. It is just so full of protein and all kinds of nutrients. And as you can see, the goats absolutely love it too. But today we're going to talk about a new supplement that's being used by livestock owners, and many have been using it a long time, but I am so happy that I've found it, and it's going to replace something else. And we are talking about liquid chlorophyll. This brand is one of the best out there, and I'm going to tell you what we're using this for. And I want to make a note that it's important to check the ingredients on the liquid chlorophyll that you buy, because you want to make sure that there are no artificial sweeteners, as those are toxic to goats. And you might also note that some of these mixtures have some copper in them, such as this one does. It stabilizes the nutrient. And so this is another reason why we're careful with how much we give. Now, let's talk about the benefits of chlorophyll. Well, chlorophyll is taking the place of red cell for many of us that own goats. And the particular reason why we would use it is because of its ability to help goats recover if they are anemic from a parasitic infection. Also, if they've been under stress, it boosts the immune system. And so the way that it stimulates red blood cell recovery is what we're interested in, especially. It contains magnesium, which is interesting that how much it can give goats a boost when their systems are under attack or they're weakened in some way. And so the important thing to note is that we would want to be careful that we don't overdose. This is the dosage that I read from Cornell University, and the general dosage, of course, consult your vet, for this liquid chlorophyll is up to 25 pounds. You would give 1.5 to 2 mils. And 25 pounds to 50 pounds, you would give 2.5 mils. 50 pounds and up, 3.5 mils. And it goes off of the general idea that per 100 pounds of goat, they would get 7 cc's. So you can divide that out. And when to use it? Well, when you've got a worm situation, especially like barber pole, they become very anemic. And though I am going to be using it for every time that my goats have a worm treatment that they need to have, we'll use the dewormer. Depending upon how anemic that they are, we'll give it more than one day. Also, if you've had an outbreak of lice, and we know that the chewing lice don't make your goat as anemic as the sucking lice. The sucking lice are the black, larger ones that actually suck the blood of the goat, and they can become very anemic with them. So this would be very good to use. The chlorophyll would use at that time as well. So anytime that your goat is under stress, it also affects their immune system. And so this is when we would be using it. When we deworm, we'd be using it. It has so many other benefits that it's interesting that I was amazed at how when you really study the components of chlorophyll, that actually there are similarities in the way that chlorophyll is designed, similarities. And chlorophyll actually has a chemical structure that's similar to hemoglobin. It really does stimulate the red blood cell recovery. So contains magnesium again. It's just such a big health boost. Boosts the immune system, and also it balances the gut. And so if you're having gut issues, it's going to be a good thing to use then. Mineral deficiencies. So because it does, chlorophyll, we know, is in their natural environment, and they consume it when they're browsing, eating grass and weeds and so forth. We want to remember that everywhere we live, there are different, the soil is made differently. So some have certain deficiencies. It's good to call your county extension agent and ask them in your particular area what has been found to be a deficiency. And we can then figure out ways to supplement those. So again, remember that some of the chlorophylls, such as the one I have that's made for humans, it does have copper in it. And we know that that's good for goats, but again, we don't want to overdo it. So I'm excited to make this switch. And I'm going to discontinue using red cell, and now I'll be using the liquid chlorophyll. So I hope that this has been of help to you with your goats, and I hope that you're having a wonderful summer. Happy homesteading.